Baidu stock falls on SEC's iQIYI investigation. Hello and welcome to yet another Equity for Keeps video. You may have heard that Baidu recently announced its earnings outcomes, and the Chinese based search engine reported second quarter earnings of $2.12 per share, well above the $1.38 expected by analysts, alongside better than anticipated revenue. But before we continue with that, you may have also heard that we have a platform where we provide you the opportunity to make very good use of your money. You come over here and you register, and then you come here on phones recall. There you can indicate who benefits from your rent and mortgage payments, as the case may be, and then we'll go ahead and negotiate with them to invest in the stock that we will give you when you sign up, when you register. Okay, so let's get back to what we're talking about here. This is some news about the investigation. And it says, after the close yesterday, the 13th of August 2020, Chinese internet search giant Baidu reported better than expected Q2 results, issued inline Q2 revenue guidance, and substantially increased its share repurchase authorization to $3 billion from $1 billion. This good news, however, is clouded by reports of an SEC investigation into iQIYI, a video streaming service that Baidu holds a 56% ownership in. The investigation stems from allegations made by short-selling firm Wolfpack Research, which claims that iQIYI has inflated numbers, including the number of users on iQIYI's platform. Whether the probe will lead to formal charges remains to be seen. Nonetheless, the assertion comes at a sensitive time as the US government considers the listing Chinese companies that do not meet US accounting standards. Rising tensions between the US and China and persistent scrutiny over China's accounting practices are two significant factors negatively impacting sentiment for Chinese stocks. Today's news accentuates these concerns. More specific to Baidu, the investigation jeopardizes the company's strategy to diversify its revenue streams. Like Alphabet, which recently reported Q2 advertising revenue fell by 8%. Baidu's core business took a hit from the pandemic as corporations pulled back on advertising spending. Increasing competition from emerging social media platforms like Tencent, WeChat, is also cutting into Baidu's market share in order to enhance its competitive standing and boost margins. Baidu has invested in new platforms such as online gaming and iQIYI, which generated revenue growth of 4% in Q2. The growth may seem modest, but it far outpaces the 8% drop in Baidu's core online marketing services segment. Therefore, the possibility that iQIYI is inflating its growth potential damages a key growth driver for Baidu, while also making the company more dependent on the slowing search advertising business. Adding to the concern is that Baidu's CEO Herman Yu commented during the conference call last night that the iQIYI probe might take longer than normal to resolve due to the pandemic. Therefore, investors shouldn't expect this overhang to be resolved anytime soon. The bottom line is that Baidu managed to outperform QT expectations. The SEC investigation presents a growing risk to Chinese listed companies, which are increasingly coming under the spotlight, and to Baidu's revenue diversification strategy. Okay, so you can see the performance of Baidu relative to some of these S&P components, and in the last 1 month it has been the laggard amongst in comparison with them, and even the last 6 months it's even was so poor. Over the last 1 year, yes, it's outperformed all of them. And so these are ETFs that hold Baidu, Invesco 2, Invesco ETFs. China, one of them is Invesco Golden Dragon China. Then the second one is Invesco China Technology ETF. And then there's a Global X MSCI and the others there as well. So this the business summary says there is a Chinese language internet search provider. The company offers a Chinese language search platform on its Baidu.com website that enables users to find information online, including web pages, news, images, documents, and multimedia files through links provided on its website. In addition to searching 7 individual internet search users, the company provides a platform for businesses to reach customers. Its business consists of 3 segments: search services, transaction services, and iQIYI. Okay. Yeah, it's obviously the head office, I think, is in Beijing, China, Baidu campus. And okay. So we have a short interest of 1.6% over here now. Market cap of it's $2.9 billion. Put call ratio for last 30 days is 0.4, but of recent it's increasing, indicating that the skeptics have started to weigh in the options Pete. Okay, and over here on the charts, what is apparent is that it had what looks like a slight what looks like indeed, we have to say slight V-shaped recovery, even though that indeed it is a recovery, but not as high as it was. It hasn't reached its January highs of $1.44, and but a lot of since the pandemic struck, its highest price has been 132.67, but of late, yes, since yesterday it has pulled back. It has lost about $6 and some fraction, and that has brought it within range of the 200-day simple moving average, and before that time, as at yesterday, when it closed yesterday the 13th, as you can see on the screen, it closed above the 20-day, the 20-day and the 50-day. So the 20-day on this chart is the trend line for the short term, and then the 50-day is the trend line for the medium term, and then the 200-day is the trend line for the much longer term. So for the short to medium term, since the market opened, Baidu has underperformed. It has dropped below those two shorter term trend lines, which is an indication, which of course must have been brought about by this investigation going on into iQIYI, and also probably the fact that revenue from some search and adverts and all that stuff may also take a hit, going by what happened with Google, Alphabet, even though they beat expectations. Yeah, they outperformed. They are reported better than expected QT results. So but even at that, it has dropped now. So this can also represent an indication that it is time to go in again. It can represent a pullback. So the last time it had that pullback was not very long ago, about 2 weeks ago. It had the support at that 200 level, 200 simple moving day average trend line. That time it was at $115.52, and then the next day it closed at 119 and pull back slightly, and then within less than a week it added $11, which is nearly 10%. So if that is anything to go by, then if that history is anything to go by, then some market participants might take advantage of that. Okay, and also here again on the 11th of June, it actually fell below that 200-day simple moving average, even though that at that time it was actually outperforming the other shorter term trend lines. But so at that time the price was 111. So 1, 2, 3. So, and then again on in 3 days time it added another 10% or some fraction in value. So that's those are the two. Those in recent times we have two occasions where a pullback below the 200, the long-term support in the form of the longer-term 200-day trend line. It has improved by 10% or thereabout after that. And do we have any other occasion where that happened? No. So this was just obviously during the lockdown, the pandemic here. About this time in much of the world, the pandemic had struck, and then the lockdown was already in place. That's at the 18th of March, and so that would not be the perfect example of what happened in the past, as such recoveries will be expected at that point. But this is much later in June. So it's left for you to watch and observe and see what's going to happen. You know. So, but the market is trading right now, and it's currently at 117. Let's see what it's currently trading at. See if we can refresh it. Okay, it has improved a bit, but still right on the long term trend line of the in the form of the 200-day simple moving average. So what you can see what's going on here on the MACD. The MACD is currently indicating a loss of momentum, definitely because of what's going on in the price, in the price action. So, but as of yesterday or thereabout, it tried to improve, but of late it's been indicating that momentum has been lost. As a matter of fact, is it on the RSI, the relative strength index. It's currently indicating a figure that is below 50%. Okay, so let's see whether we can see anything on the short interest. A much more recent figure. Okay, 2%. Not a lot. Not just about the same thing we got over there. So I mean, okay, you decide. If this is a good time for you to going by what happened in June and July, when it fell below, or when it broke through that support in the form of the long-term trend line of that is the 200-day moving average, or the last time it fell close to it, whether that will repeat itself again. So we're already in recent times, since in the last 2 months now, we now have 3 occasions on which Baidu stock either broke through that support or was just right on that support. So the third one being what is going on today in the market, but we can't exactly conclude because the market hasn't closed yet, so we don't know whether it will close right where it is at the moment, which is where that trend line is. Okay, so thank you again for watching this channel, for watching this video. Don't fail to subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed, and hit that notification bell as well, and don't fail to also sign up on our platform. You will see the link to the platform in the description box below. Thank you very much again.